Hello, my name is Cindy and thank you for coming to my channel. In this video, I have a speech by General Don Bolduc, who is running for state senate. This summer, he gave a speech to some of us in a private setting about the Second Amendment and women. Should we exercise our Second Amendment rights? It was a great speech. He is a U.S. Army veteran. He actually went to Afghanistan and did some great things. I have a little video here that shows some of the great things that he did for our country in Afghanistan.
The terrain required that they fly in dust storms over perilous mountains and then mount horses with their guns, whether they knew how to ride or not.
And there's a picture of them on horseback.
It is the beginning of an amazing military operation.
They were vastly outnumbered.
True. No one thought they could do it. It was mission impossible. It's unique in American history what they accomplished.
Responsible to them for getting the job done.
General Donald Bolduc, 2 awards of valor, 5 Bronze Stars, and 2 Purple Hearts.
The more you know about what he's done in service for this country, the more you realize he is an authentic American hero.
Political leaders forgot that they're actually representing people when they go to Washington, D.C. And what they're doing is putting themselves first. We need to make a change, and we need to make a change big time.
If Don Bolduc takes on a task, he's never, ever gonna quit. He is a true American hero.
This past July in 2021, I was able to take a gun class, and just before that class, General Don Bolduc came to give us some words of wisdom and encouragement about women and the Second Amendment rights. I was a little hesitant to share this video because I'm a little hesitant to talk about this topic, but why should I be? It is American. It is our way of life in America. And I'm thankful that Don Bolduc took some time out to share his words of wisdom with us. This was a small group of us, and it was a really fun family setting as we discussed this topic. Don't mind the dog crawling all over the table. It was just one of those informal times, and looking back, it was very precious.
These programs are, and in particular, teaching women how to defend themselves, because that's what you've been doing since the beginning of this great nation. It has been the woman, right? And I'm not here to patronize you, right? But it's been the woman that has always stood as the first line of defense for the family, for the home, for the heart, for the children. They are always there. They did it throughout our history. And we started to get away with that, away from that, by defining you as weak, by defining you as something that the man needs to take care of. And trust me, I'm a chivalrous guy. I like to open doors for everybody, not just women, but for everybody, to be polite. But this isn't what I'm talking about. I am talking about individualism. I'm talking about self-determination. I'm talking about initiative. I'm talking about what you have done for our history. And in every single war that this country has been in, beginning with the Indian Wars, all the way up through our history, women have played a prominent and important role, albeit most of the time under-advertised, under-recognized, and that is wrong. And so learning how to defend yourselves, learning how to use the weapons at your disposal to be able to do that is hugely important. And that's why our Second Amendment is so important, right? And that is why gun control is bad, right? And if you want to own a weapon, then you are responsible to learn how to use that weapon, be proficient with that weapon, and understand how it can be used. I know what these weapons can do, right? I have taken lives. I have smelled the breath of Afghans that I have had to shoot. I've smelled them, right? In the dark, in the light. And taking a life is not an easy thing. And it is something that you don't get over if you have a conscience. if you believe in God. But many, many people don't understand that. A lot of people that talk about Second Amendment rights and owning guns and this, that, and the other thing, and a lot of people that talk about gun control and how bad the Second Amendment have no idea what could happen. In the villages in Afghanistan, they started a program back in 2005, which I protested against as a lieutenant colonel. And it was a disarmament plan for the Afghans in the villages. And the Afghans have traditionally protected their country from the villages. And every man has a weapon, right? Every woman there, I found, knows how to use that weapon. They know where it's at, and they are really the last line of defense. Don't mess with an Afghan woman. She is serious about protecting her home, her livelihood, and her children. More so than the men, I think. And I think that's true here in the United States, right? I think that women will do that. You are strong. So anyways, get back to my story. They went through that disarmament program. And as soon as they disarmed these villages, the Taliban went in and killed everybody. Women, children, and men. That is the kind of danger that we're in. And a lot of people that sit in legislatures and promote all this stuff don't really realize the ramifications of some of these decisions because they didn't have to live it. And when you have to go in and you have to police up these women and these children and these men and assist other villages in burying them and taking care of them, that's when you realize how important our Second Amendment is and how stupid some of the things that people want to do to control us. It's outright dumb. And we can't allow that to happen. And we can't allow middle-of-the-road career politicians that play games with us when it's convenient for the right and when it's convenient for the left to have any decision-making about this because you don't know what they're going to do, right? You have no idea. And so one of the programs I created as a colonel is the precursor of opening up Ranger School and Special Forces training to women, which I advocated, by the way, and I was in a real minority when I did it. It was called the Cultural Support Teams, and we were recruiting and training women to go on the ground in Afghanistan and mobilize 51% of the population, the women, to help us, right? And we started finding out that a lot of the policies that the generals were telling us to do weren't working, like putting in wells here. We had one village that the well was constantly getting destroyed, and everybody was blaming it on the Taliban. When we put the cultural support teams in, they sent up a report saying, this well is being damaged by the women in the village. And the reason it's being damaged is because their only way of socializing with each other is down by the river. When they wash clothes, when they get their water, they're able to communicate with each other as women, as part of a community, away from the men. And so you put this USAID well with the pump there, and it takes that away from them, and they were destroying it. See, we don't understand the cultures in which we operate in, so we do stupid things. And I think a lot of legislators do that. A lot of people that we put in office do that, right? And so we really have to be careful, you know, how we look at how we're going to defend our family. We've taken God out of the public square for one reason and one reason only, and that is so people don't believe in something bigger than themselves. They don't default to that, and they'll fall for anything. We have undermined the family, right? You can see it every single day in what we've done and what we continue to do with the family. We have weakened our communities with this top-down governance control, both from the state and from the federal, and we got to reverse that. And women play an important role. And when you're armed and you're ready and your voice is there, boom, it's big. And this cultural support team that we put together put women down inside the villages in a combat role not for the first time in special ops, because some of the most effective operatives in special ops were in the OSS, Office of Strategic services in World War II, right? Precursor to the CIA. They went behind the lines and they did a lot of things that men couldn't do. So this is huge. And this is empowering for you, and we should embrace it, and we should take it, and we should teach our young children this. Pick up the mantle to defend our nation, to defend our community, to defend our countries, to defend the values of God. You know, I'm going to be a little vulgar here. I'm sorry, okay? But I'm going to tell you, I was asked questions at every house party I go to. It's the biggest thing you learn. And I give them a few things. But one of the things that I saw on the campaign trail was women had more balls than the men did. You believe in something, you go. Right? And I'm telling you, in my house, when my wife wants something done, it gets done. Not necessarily true when I want something done, but when she wants something done, it gets done. Period. End of discussion. And that's with my 3 boys, that's with me, that's with my grandchildren. She's the hammer in the house and the grandchildren. I'm the easy button, right? But the Second Amendment, standing up for it, you are an important and integral part of that. More so than anything else, I believe, in our culture. Right? And so I'm here to let you know, hey, yes, I'm a U.S. Senate candidate. And I believe in the Second Amendment. I believe in owning guns. I don't believe in gun control. I don't believe in punishing people who obey the law from owning weapons and possessing weapons. And yes, there should be punishments for those that misuse it. Yes, absolutely. But they're in the minority. Remember, there are more people killed by abortion than there are by guns. Right? There are more people killed by guns than just about anything else except for cancer in our country. Right? So, I mean, less people killed by guns. Less people killed by guns than anything else in our society. Yet we focus on that. Because to disarm you is to be able to control you. To disarm you creates uncertainty and fear. And that's what they want. And we got to push away from that. Empowering you is what we need to do. Teaching you how to defend yourselves is what we need to do in every single level, whether it's hands, whether it's weapons, whatever it happens to be, that's what it should be. And I'm here to tell you that I support that 100%. And I back you 100%. And I tell you what, when a woman comes up to me and says, I am 100% behind you, I can take that to the bank. When a man does it, now, not necessarily the truth. Because I had more male turncoats last election than I had female turncoats by a margin of 10-1. Right?
Because they forgot
That's
God.
a state. That's a
Because they
statement.
forgot God.
They forget God.
They're going to answer to God for that.
You know, men want to be patted on the back and given a little reward, right? That's what men want. Right? Women just want the right thing to be done. Because you care about your family, you care about your community. So I'm with you in that. I believe in you. I've always supported it. I applaud you for this class, and I applaud you for everything that you do. And if there's any way I can earn your support, then that would be great. If not, that's great too. Everybody has a choice to make, right? But you can guarantee that when you go to bed at night, and I'm down in Washington, D.C., you won't have to worry about your gun rights. You won't have to worry about the Second Amendment. I will stand a post. I have stood a post. Ask your question when you're looking at the other person. Would they grab a rifle and go stand a post next to you and fight for your rights, and fight for your freedoms? Look how they acted during COVID. They all ran to their homes. They closed everything down. They hid, right? I've operated in Ebola environments, dengue environments, malaria environments, you name it environments. We didn't run and hide. We did our mission. We exposed ourselves, and we got things done. We didn't run and hide. And I managed the Ebola crisis in 2014 and 15. And we didn't shut down the government, did we? We didn't shut down anything. And Ebola is pretty dangerous. So, come on. Yeah, we got to have guts, right? We got to have guts, and we got to get back to our roots. Don't tread on me. Look at this place, right? If we don't, we're going to be in big trouble, and that's why 2022 is an important election. To me, it's an election on whether or not you want this country to move forward based off of its principles and the Declaration of Independence and its government that's outlined and instituted in our Constitution. You want that or you don't want that. One or the other. And whoever you pick, you better make sure that that's what they want too. And I'm not so sure. Well, I'm absolutely positive that's not what they want. And that's why I'm running. So, God bless you all and thank you for what you do. And I really, really admire you. And I know you're here for all the right reasons, and that's to protect yourself and your families from the evils that are out there. And they are there, both within and without. So, thanks. Enjoy your shooting class. And remember, safety first. God bless you all.
God bless
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes,